takes time to...
At this outset, I would like to thank the AIOS team for giving me this opportunity to present our work on multicolor imaging and its role in tractional retinal detachment. We know that no financial disclosure. We know that multicolor imaging is a novel, non-invasive retinal imaging technology, wherein retina is scanned simultaneously with 3 laser light of different wavelengths, namely the blue, which is of shortest, which visualize the superficial layers better, green the middle layers, and infrared being the longest wavelength as a better penetration and gives us the detail of the deeper layers better, as shown in this example. Classically, the diagnosis of retinal disorders are made by the indirect ophthalmoscopy and also a slit lamp biomicroscopy. And to aid us, we have multiple other tests like OCT, fundus photo, and slit lamp and multicolor imaging now. When we looked at the literature, there are multiple studies which have been done on the role of multicolor imaging in epiretinal membranes especially. Where they have showed the usefulness of multicolor imaging as compared to other fundus photography, and also with respect to different wavelengths. But when we searched for those on tractional retinal detachment, we could find none. Thus, our purpose was to compare the multicolor imaging with color fundus photograph for evaluation of the morphology and extent of preretinal membranes in diabetic tractional retinal detachment. It was a cross-sectional study, observational study, wherein we included clinically diagnosed diabetic tractional retinal detachment cases. We subjected them to multicolor imaging, SDOCT, and color fundus photography. We exported these images, SDOCT and MCI inter format, and Optos imaging, that is OCFP, as JPEG image. We make sure that the field and the magnification is matched. And we looked at the extent on all the wavelengths and gave a score to each of them. There were 2 observers, 2 retinal specialists who did this for us, and we basically gave a score of 1 when it was less than SDOCT, and when it matched the extent on SDOCT, we gave a score of 2. We looked at the inter-rater agreement and intra-class correlation coefficient, and also we analyzed and described the images qualitatively. We had 30 eyes of 22 patients, 21 being male and 1 female, and the mean age being 49.5 years. When we looked at the grading score, the score of 2 means that it is matching that of SDOCT. And when we look at multicolor image, it was 93% as compared to OCFP, which is only 70%. We can see that the preretinal membrane on the Optos image looks like a grayish-white membrane, whereas on multicolor, it has a greenish hue, which again depends on the thickness of the membrane. And also, we can see that the multicolor image gives a better resolution, and also the secondary membrane details are better appreciated on multicolor as compared to Optos image shown in this example. Looking at the extent of the membranes and the delineability of the iloid status beyond the TRD, we see that on blue image, it is better appreciated as compared to green and IR. The green images also shows as the anterior posterior extent of the membrane, the thickness of the retinal elements, and also it shows the vascularity within the membrane, and it is similar when compared to blue reflectance. Looking at the green infrared reflectance, what we found was it gives us the detail of the tractional component. Though the preretinal membranes are not appreciated on infrared image, it appears as the preretinal membrane appears as a dark shadow on infrared image, and we can see that it gives us the detail of the tractional component and also the underlying retinal vascularity to which it is attached, so that we can plan our surgery better. When we looked at the inter-rater agreement, the multicolor image had a moderate agreement as compared to OCFP. And amongst the 3 wavelengths, we saw that the blue reflectance and green reflectance had moderate acceptance, whereas infrared had poor acceptance. Looking at the intra-class coefficient between the observers, what we saw was the grading of MCI had scored better when compared to that of OCFP. And when looking at the different wavelengths, blue reflectance had a better score. The limitation is that of the cost and affordability, and the field of imaging is less on multicolor as compared to Optos. And we know that it is not an essential tool for diagnosis. And like OCT, it is again dependent on media clarity. To conclude, multicolor imaging is a test that can be performed very quickly at the time of OCT for a better understanding of the membrane. It helps us to take a better decision and surgical planning of tractional retinal detachment. And also, it's a good teaching tool to explain the patient what is actually having. However, though multicolor imaging is in vogue for a couple of years now, more widespread use and further studies are needed to validate its application in various retinal disorders. Thank you.
Very nice presentation, Dr. Akila. Did you compare this with, say, a 3D reconstruction of the OCT images of the macula? Because the key is, the key use of any such thing is basically to tell us the different planes so that we can plan our surgical dissection in these cases. So did you compare these images with a 3D reconstructed image of the macula?
The 3D view system, which is seen on the SD-OCT, we did see that, sir. Definitely, SD-OCT was better as compared to multicolor imaging. But when compared to Opto's image, the 3D effect was the depth and the thickness was better appreciated on multicolor as compared to Opto's image.
What do you think is the application of this? It is already available. Have you thought of it?
Sir, basically for surgical planning, sir, the underlying retinal vasculature was...
That you have mentioned. Something more? No, this is not a part of the intraoperative OCT.
No,
so we would know, we would know about, we'll have a clear picture, better understanding of preoperative planning and management. But intraoperative, now there are filters available to your endolight source, which will help you in better differentiation of these membranes. That facility is available in one machine. For some reasons, I don't wish to name the machine here, but it is there. So that color differentiation and use of different colors to identify these membranes is there already. But it's a good novel concept. But I agree with Dr. Paritosh that you should have compared it with SD-OCT, because we are thinking of preoperative planning and better surgical planning.